the MCMNG.
And I'm Master Shiloh.
And together we are
Deep Sector.
Yeah. Thank y'all for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Yeah, let's get it going.
Yeah, thanks for joining us in our sector. Now let's go deep, y'all. Another week. Crazy events. Freaking, old friends came back to town. It's been pretty interesting. I forget the other day though when it was, or which day exactly, but I was driving, bro. I've been waiting to say this.
Tell me about it, Lo.
I was driving, so I'm all like, we're in the turning lane right over here on Colfax and Sheridan.
Yeah.
On the right, in the right turning lane. So the people are all stopped. There's no reason they should stop. I'm like, well, it's a red light, but there's no cars or anything, so you could turn.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what the fuck's going on, man? So I start honking. Like, hey, babe. And then all of a sudden, I see this chick walk around, right? And she's yelling at the chick in the car. She's all just like, hey. I didn't really hear what they were saying or what the fuck was really going on. I was like, what, are they about to fight? Chick in the car gets out, bro. Starts beating her. Starts hitting her. Boom, 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 boom. I was like, damn, they're really fighting. Okay. All right, then. So they got down for a second, and the chick, whoever was on the sidewalk talking shit, she got beat up. And then she wasn't talking shit no more after that, I remember.
Bloody and bruised?
She wasn't like bloody and bruised exactly, but she got knocked down. She fell, and then the other chick just walked away after that and got in her car and drove off. It was like, fuck you.
Interesting.
And then, I thought that shit was just interesting. I was like, wow, we're fucking a UFC match right here. Real quick, you know what I'm saying? I was door dashing at the time. I was like, I guess that was cool. Cool entertainment.
Roadside entertainment.
For real. I see like three fights actually. So then there was this other one too at the show actually.
At the show, huh?
Yeah. So I did a show. If no one knew, it was kind of last minute. Right. It was actually just across the street over here at this place called Jumbo's Bar.
Is this right over here?
Literally, you know where the liquor store's at?
Yeah, it's right there.
Dude, on the other half of the liquor store, I guess, is a bar.
Huh.
Yeah. So it was pretty cool. Fucking King Cash, shout out King Cash. He came out actually. So shout out Tito for setting up the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
That shit was dope. All the dope ass MCs out there. I don't remember everyone's name off top, but
no doubt.
I'm not gonna try and attempt. I'm gonna leave someone out, and people will be like, "What the fuck?"
Was there like a main act, or was it just like local talent?
It was a local talent. So it was like competition, I guess. So like whoever had the best performance.
Nice.
More or less the best crowd. Crowd. You got if you brought a crowd, of course your crowd's going to be louder than whoever didn't have a really crowd.
No doubt, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know that game.
Yeah, exactly. It's cheat. Yeah. And it just doesn't count. I mean, yeah, it counts. It has its place, but if you're bringing all your people, you know what I'm saying? That of course are going to support you.
Yeah.
I
feel like it helps though, like to have maybe not the whole crowd, your people, but a few in there because, the group mentality and the group think, if you see one person putting their hands up, like, oh shit, why are my hands up?
Exactly. I'm all for the crowd. I'm all for you bringing your people to support. But I'm just saying, in competition like that, it always ends up like that. I've done many competitions, and I always lose because I don't have. Because it'll be like some last minute shit or something, and then like people can't show up, or people just I don't have a lot of people there, and it's just like fuck. If I had a little more people, crowd reaction, I probably would have fucking probably would have won that.
No doubt.
But it don't matter. At the end of the day, it's for the experience. That's what I'm in it for. So, but back to the fight. So we were outside, right? My homegirl Ulissa and King Cash, we were outside of my car smoking. So we're out there smoking, and we get done. We're going back in. And I guess these dudes are just arguing. I don't know what about. Oh, I think the one dude ran into the fence, and the other dude was mad. He ran into the fence,
like with a car or something.
Yeah, and he yelled at him, and then he freaking They were just yelling at each other, going back and forth, like, just like, oh, yeah, you want some of this? Yeah. And then fucking, all of a sudden, homeboy shatters this fool's window, his windshield.
Shit.
Psh. I was like, all right, that happened. I mean, whatever, bro. The King Cash is all kind of tripping. He's like, oh, what the fuck? He's like, what's going on over there? And I'm just like, yo, that ain't got nothing to do with us, bro. Yeah. So we just go inside. But yeah, the people in the bar went, dealt with it or whatever. But yeah, that's all I really seen. Homeboy get his window shattered.
I'd be pissed as fuck.
Bro, I'd be heated. I was actually kind of weary. I was like, man, I hope they don't fucking get to it.
Was it close to your car?
Yeah, it's kind of like... It's kind of like 20 feet away. I'm like, bro, they better not take that shit over this way. I will end up tripping on somebody. My car, bro.
Yeah, you definitely don't have a cheap car.
Hell nah, bro. I ain't got money like that either, bro.
Yeah.
Just buy a fucking new windshield. But then I also seen one last night. So I went to this kickback, and I don't know what the fuck happened exactly, bro, but there was a whole bunch of females. These chicks got kind of into it. And
another lady fight?
Yeah, another lady fight. I don't know what the fuck was going on. But all I remember was that at first I thought they were cool. They were just talking, And then all of a sudden they're swinging on each other. I'm like, okay, where'd this come from?
Jeez.
What's happening? I don't know what the fuck. So we're all breaking them up and shit. The one chick leaves and shit because it wasn't her house. And I was like, man, all right.
Drama, always brewing.
Yeah, that was an interesting week.
Shit.
And also I seen our good friend Matt.
Oh yeah, shout out to Matt. I haven't seen him
shout out Matt
since that one show. I forget who. I don't know if he opened up for somebody, but it was
Pookie?
It was Pookie, yeah, at the venue. Yeah, that was nice.
Mr. Pookie.
Hell
Shout
yeah.
out Mr. Pookie. I don't know if he'll ever watch this. Maybe, you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe he's hear his
if you're interested
name.
in coming on, Mr. Pookie, let us know.
Yeah, you hear his name calling.
out.
It just reaches him somehow because he freaking called his name. So it just floats into his space. He's like, did I hear my name? Did they say my name on that? What did they talk about?
That was an interesting night as well, in regards to fights.
Oh, yeah. And nothing even happened.
Fights that could be, yeah. Yeah, man, life's interesting. Huh. Speaking of shows, though, hit us up if you're still interested in checking out us open up for Rakim on March 26th.
Yeah, it got rescheduled, postponed to March 26th, unfortunately. He got sick, lost his voice. Hope he's doing well.
Yeah. Shout out to Rakim.
Yeah, shout out Rakim.
Shit, yeah, man. I've really been so immersed in this Witcher book, man. I'm almost done with it, too. It's fucking good. Good writing, man.
How many pages?
I'm not too sure. I haven't really checked, like, the last page or anything, but it's a pretty healthy book. I mean, it's probably, like that thick. And I mean, but, it's not like dense reading. It's like almost like young adult, format. It's not like too dense, but it's maybe a little bit denser than that, but like not really too big. I mean, it's more like the words and stuff. He has a way with words. I love the way he writes it. Like I remember one time I was reading like a comment on like the book and stuff, just kind of, getting a feel. And, someone was talking about how they didn't like his writing and the way he wrote, like they couldn't figure it out. And like after reading like the first chapter, it's just really brief. And I was like, wow, that's great.
So that's interesting, because like, I don't know, some people just don't like know how to make certain connections, Or
don't know the words.
Yeah, or don't know the words. Yeah, dude.
It's a thing.
That's a huge thing.
If you don't understand it, then yeah, of course.
Of course it's not going to make sense to you.
Yeah. But I love that shit, man. We talked about before with like D Woods, how like Quentin Tarantino, or at least I was, is like a wordsmith,
Yeah.
And I love that shit. I love people who have a way with words, who can paint a picture, like like Stephen King. He uses so many different words just to describe one, object, one person, and it's like,
dude, I love how people could do that, and I've been working on that too, just in like, in regular speech, saying the same thing differently.
Yeah, man.
And it's funny. I was at when we were at Matt's, or we were at that Airbnb with Matt. Cody was there. Cody was there. Kilo was there. Micah was there. Adam, Matt, Isaiah, and Darian.
Nice.
Yeah, so we were all vibing. Shout out everybody, all the brothers.
Yeah.
And Cody was like, man, everybody's here so fucking particular with their words, fucking lyricists. Because we're all like everybody in like our kind of group is like really like, I don't know, particular with how we speak and just go about things.
Yeah.
It was funny, bro. It was like a huge, just like, it was interesting to be around that many dudes again.
Yeah.
In one setting, because it was a lot of testosterone.
Sounds tight, man. I can only imagine, especially now, since we've all aged a bit and had some experience in between.
Exactly. So, like, you got people trying to teach everybody. Everybody's trying to teach each other. You know what I'm saying? and then people disagreeing, arguing. Oh, yeah. Good old times.
Oh, man. Yeah, that just thinking about that kind of reminds me and takes me back to the Harrison's party for his birthday at one time.
There's a couple. He threw a few parties, I remember.
I'm trying to remember.
Was it the one I fucking kind of was all drunk and tripping?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure if you were there for that one. I'm not sure. Because there was...
I actually have a habit of that now that I think about it. Getting drunk and tripping at parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a record.
I'm notorious. Especially like get blacked out drunk. Oh man. Don't feed me shots. We did a Friendsmas, right? It was like an extra Christmas with Ulissa and her and like a couple of the friends.
Okay, yeah.
And her homegirl kept fucking just giving me shots that night, and I blacked out drunk. Woke up, my car was gone. Got towed and shit. I was really mad. I guess I was kind of tripping though that night too. They were saying,
yeah,
I was getting kind of rowdy.
Yeah, alcohol can do that. Yeah, speaking of which, you want to take a shot?
Let's do it.
While we're on the subject.
How convenient, right?
You want to sit down real quick? Oh man, to
good happenings.
Yeah, to the never-ending story.
Yeah, right.
Yummy. What a world, man. Yeah, man. So I've just been working, man, and fucking reading that book. But shit, man, work's been interesting, bro. I need people, though. You guys want to make some money?
Everybody needs people. Nobody wants to work, bro. That's the issue.
Dude, and so not to get too specific by anybody or anything, but we had to terminate somebody, right? And they seemed a little happy about it. And in my mind, I'm like, there can only be one reason somebody might be happy with that. It's like, maybe they want unemployment, or something. I don't know. That's the only thing that I could think of, as why you'd really, because I mean, I don't keep a toxic work environment, nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, I try to make work easier for them, so, because I mean, if it works, personally, I like to show up, do my job, go home. That's what I want to do.
Exactly.
And if everybody can do that and, have the tools they need to succeed, awesome. Because, yeah, man, I hate the drama and, yeah, but, everybody's different.
We're all just trying to get through here, man. We're all in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? So let's make it easier on each other. That's how I see it. That's interesting, though. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't never left a job and not been happy, though.
No doubt.
But it was always my conscious choice, usually, to leave.
Not being fired.
I think there might have been one time I did get fired. I think it was from the movie theater.
I mean, it's always the opportunity for new beginnings, which is great. Like, I mean, I'm not going to say if I didn't, get fired, I'd probably be happy too. Not for the fact that I don't have a current source of income, but for the fact that, I have an opportunity to explore other options.
Yeah, see, that's the glory in it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be. I was never happy about not making money. I remember, there was like every time after I quit a job or whatever, I'd go maybe a month or a month and a half without a job. Mm-hmm. Give myself some time, off, and then I'd go back, no later than that. But now, if I were to leave, like say Kings, I'm not gonna, but just say I'd have to have a job right away. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I got my own place and shit. Before I live with my dad, and I live with people. Mm-hmm. So now I can't really do that. I'm like, yeah, y'all people must live with somebody or something. You must not have fucking bills.
Be rich.
Straight up, man. Because if you got bills and stuff, you definitely got to be working, bro.
It's real, man. Yeah, I'll take a day off when my bills take a day off. That's how I feel. It's real, man. Like, I learned that really good. So before, like COVID got really big and full swing and lockdowns and all that shit, I had gotten sick, and I was out for like 2 weeks. And, I never got tested or anything, so I never really knew if it was actually what it was. But, just not being able to make money or go to work and, get paid, like, it was kind of rough. It gets hard, man. Like, you got to make certain decisions. You got to cut back on some things. You got to, really think about it because it's real, man. You got bills to pay. You got shit to keep up with, or if, even if you want to enjoy life, you need money.
Real shit, man. Yeah. And that's why I keep grinding. I've been doing DoorDash too, you got to you got to make that money, man, for the loot. You got to do it for the loot in this world.
For the loot.
It's kind of like, I see it more as like a symbol of your work. Like you do, you do your part. Mm-hmm. And I kind of, it's not really bad to do your part.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we all got to contribute to society. And in our job too, we help people get the goods they need, in a way. It's not like the grandest job ever, but, we truly do provide a service that, if we weren't, well, I mean, obviously, if the company or, this whole entire sector wasn't there, like people would have to go fucking hunting and shit every day. You'd have to go out and find something to kill and cook and, scrounge up some fruits.
I think I kind of am starting to get why money is preferred over the barter system.
Why is that?
Because money is it's nothing. It's valueless. It's a piece of paper. Bartering, you trade something that's like maybe your dearest heirloom for some, you know what I'm saying? For whatever the fuck it is that he got. And money gave you a way of attaining that without having to give away your dearest belongings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And in a way, obviously it did set people free, really, speaking like slave terms, they were able to buy their freedom. I mean, maybe not, societally where people still treat them, a certain way, but, to honestly be free of servitude and, be your own autonomous person, money allowed that for a lot of people. And, thinking about it too, like through time, the distribution of the wealth, that's gone out to like the people now who are older, able to retire, it's leaving the brunt of the workforce on the younger people, because a lot of the, older people are retiring, those people that were, in the jobs for 30, 20 years. And now it's, moving on because, they have the wealth, maybe they had it before too, but, like the wealth is, it's interesting, that the wealth is spreading. And so like, cause I've been thinking about, this whole shortage of workers and stuff too. I mean, obviously the pandemic and everything adds to it, but, the spreading of wealth, obviously allows for a lot more people, to stay home and live with other people and not have to work. and, you know, live off other people who have the wealth, who are willing to share that wealth, you know? And it's interesting because it's leading to, you know, certain things society, you know, like certain, yeah, you know, it's hard. I don't know. I've been thinking about this. I mean, I don't think it's obviously not scientifically proven. I haven't, you know, conducted any studies or research about this, but, you know, just thinking about it and seeing it, you know, obviously it has to contribute to it, you know, the fact that the spreading of the wealth, you know, people being more wealthy and, you know, people actually being able to get up and do their own thing and create their own estate and, you know, have property and these things, it's leading to certain things, you know, because, I mean, you know, we need people to pick the fruit and the plants and, you know, to garden and do all these certain things that, you know, people need, you know, but if nobody wants to do them, then it's, you know, it's interesting. I don't know, long-winded.
Long-winded. My teacher is like, my Chinese name is Long Wind.
That's like, does he do a lot of expounding?
Yeah, definitely. endless, straight up. But I totally feel you. You know what I'm saying? And that's really a huge thing, you know. And a huge thing too is corporations are not understanding that people don't want to work for chump change.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and that's the only way you're going to get workers is by, you know, paying them more. That's the, like dead facts. You know what I'm saying? It's the only way nowadays. You know, because before we weren't getting workers. And I guess now, since the raises and everything, we've gotten like 5 people applied just in this last week.
That's interesting.
Right?
Because honestly, for us at the competitor, when we went up, dude, nobody showed up. We literally had like people standing at the door, like ready to, you know, just do interviews right there so we can get them in the back and start, you know.
Just ready?
Yeah, but nobody. Like, nobody went up to the, you know, nobody, like, they'd be like, hey, you want a job? Like, nobody. I don't know, man. It's interesting. That's interesting, though, that, you know, since you've went up, people, I don't know.
It might be just because it was such a huge thing.
Yeah, you know.
Because this shit was, like, national. It was on the news. And, you know, like, everybody fucking knew about this strike situation. They knew we were fighting for higher pay. You know what I'm saying? So people now are coming. They're like, oh, they got higher pay. Let's go. Let's go over there. And then you fucking leech off King Supers and all of us.
No doubt.
It's like, nah. As long as you do your part. As long as you do your part, you earn your keep. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. Yeah. At the end of the day.
It's not personal. It's business.
Exactly. It's just business. It's just business. This is how it works. And I've understood this from day one. But you also gotta understand your position too. You have a little more power. You can't just let people just walk all over you. That's why I don't let them just tell me what to do. You know, exactly. Like, yeah, I'll do what they say. You know, but like how you talked about before, you're like, I'll work it into like what I'm already doing. You know, you're like, I'm not about to just drop everything I'm doing just to fucking do what you told me to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's no disrespect, but it's just like, you're working. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
I agree. You know, and that's how I learned to respond to it too. You know, if somebody asked me to do something, I'm like, yes, I will. Let me just finish this, and then I'll get right on that.
Exactly.
Because, you know, like, there's no need in leaving a job half done, you know, to jump on another one and then get pulled from that one and then have to go do something half-ass over there too, and then it's an endless cycle.
Exactly, bro. That's how I am. I get it. I'll get everything done, but it's a sequence. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't do it all at once, bro. Like,
it's real, you know.
And you'll get it done faster if you focus your efforts on one thing at a time.
Get done better.
Yeah, better too. Faster and more efficient.
Yeah, dude. And I've been. It's interesting, you know, because like, yeah, dude. After you start, you know, you've been doing something, you know, after a while, you can figure out those little you know, it's not really cutting corners, but, you know, those corners you can cut, you know, that can, like, you know, make it that much quicker to get to, you know, like, just moving with purpose too, you know, knowing what you're doing and what you have to do and just executing and moving. It's like, shit, dude. And like, wow, it's been like 2 minutes and I did like all this shit. And it's like, wow.
Exactly, bro. Like, I like that. I like to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Even it's simple shit, you know, stalking or whatever. But to be able to like test your own abilities, like if I could do that with this, you know, you could definitely do that with just about anything else, probably. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just about how you focus your efforts.
Definitely.
You know, if you really want to do it, then boom,
you can.
You know, I feel like work is really good for self-development. It's good to work. You know, like for me at least, it's been helping my well-being. You know what I'm saying? You know, to like, because I've been like I was talking about, like I like to see the infinite like meaning of words. Mm-hmm. So like work, I see it as like I have problems. You know what I'm saying? But I just work through them. You know. Like literally in my mind, I'm working through them, and also at work, I'm working through them. You know, working through the whole experience. Mm-hmm. It's just it's really deep. I feel like, you know, and I feel like it's been because I've been like focusing on that for a while. So I feel like it's been developing this type of strength of just working through it. You know, and like shit just happens to me, and like whatever, I'm going through it. But I feel like there's no end to it. You're not going to escape that shit, you know, going through it. You're going to go through shit.
Yeah, it's life.
Exactly. And you got to be able to deal with that. You know? So like I have this thing about like I feel like positivity in a way is the first step, you know, to really bettering yourself. But you also got to learn to step away from that. You got to be neutral in a way, you know?
Indifferent.
Exactly. So, because what I've noticed in my own experience is that you're all positive, right? And all of a sudden something off happens. It just wrecks your world, bro. You destroyed. You're just fucking gone. And you don't know how to deal with it. You don't know how to deal with it because you're only focusing on being positive. You're not focusing on how to deal with the negatives. Exactly. You're just trying to run away from it, I feel like. You're just focusing on the positive. You're taking yourself away from the negative and focusing on the positive. And like, yeah, that's a good thing, but you're not dealing with this other side of things, you know?
Yeah, man.
I had a guy I was going somewhere with that, but
yeah, I lost my train of thought as well. But yeah, man, just gotta do it, bro.
Life is all about balance. You know
Definitely.
what I'm saying?
You know, because
oh yeah, I remember actually. But yeah, you're gonna always go through shit, you know, and if you like, at least for me, it's been helping me to not focus just on being positive. Mm-hmm. It's not bad to be negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, negative's gonna happen. What you gonna do when, like, God forbid, you know, someone dies? You're gonna feel something. You know what I'm saying? And you might be down about it, you know. And if you want to look at that as negative or whatever, and like, yeah, it could be negative, but you're gonna feel that shit. Like, the more you escape it, you're just running away from it.
Definitely. Yeah, it's like the 90-10 rule that I talked about before, you know. 90% how you react, 10% what happens to you, you know. Life's always going to hit, you know, and life's going to have its ups and downs. You know, you just got to... That's why I love the 4 Agreements, you know, because he talks about how, like, you know, if someone tells you, oh, you know, Angela, you're really good at that. You know, oh, Angela, you're really bad at that. You know, no matter how they say it, you know, you don't take it personally. You know, it is what it is. You know, and you got to just look at it and think about it that's what I love about work too. It gives you time to think, a lot of time to
Exactly.
think. And yeah, man, I've had some of my greatest epiphanies, just working, thinking, because I mean, honestly, thinking doesn't really take much time, especially with when we're talking about once you get into the groove and know what you're doing, it's all just, muscle memory, and your mind can just roam and
for real. I love
free.
that shit. I love that, and it's a little heavy lifting, so you get a little workout too.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
I like that.
Dude, it's fucking crazy. I need to tell you afterwards, just how much, because I already told you, how, I've been tracking my weight and stuff, but, dude, it's crazy. It just drops. And I'm pretty sure it's all, water weight and stuff, food weight. But it's just interesting to see how it goes throughout the week. Yeah, man, just walking, lifting works wonders.
That's crazy. My weight fluctuates hella like that, too, because I don't weigh myself, but I've always noticed it in my waist because my pants get tighter or loose.
Yeah.
I never paid attention to exactly what was going on. I just always noticed that my pants were getting tighter or they were getting looser. But actually, now that you're telling me like that, you really pay attention to it. I'm gonna start paying attention a little more.
Well, because it was interesting because I told you I took a hiatus from working out due to some circumstances, but because I took a hiatus, so I just wanted to keep track on my weight, and make sure it wasn't getting out of control. I mean, mainly I just drink coffee and water, and for the most part I haven't eaten out much. I've been cooking at home and just eating stuff I've been cooking for the most part. I mean, obviously there's some things here and there, but it's interesting, so yeah, I just wanted to keep track on it, and yeah, so it's interesting to see it, see how it fluctuates and see how it moves depending on the days I don't work, and then the days I do work, because obviously when I'm at work I'm a lot more physical than opposed not to, because obviously I want to relax.
Yeah.
But it's interesting just to see the difference, and yeah, I don't know, because I agree too. I do notice my belt and stuff. I need to, for the most part, it's, I don't know, I think because the belt I have, it's the way it's built, it's more elastic and stuff, so it stretches. So I think because I keep getting it, tightening it, it just stretches to that and gets normalized or whatever. But yeah, man, it's, the human body is interesting, and you definitely got to treat it right.
I'm working on that. Yeah, I'm working on eating healthier, treating my body better, working it, keeping it active.
I'll put that out. You want more?
Nah, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and the balance, like we talk about, it's physical and mental.
No, it's all around, man.
Yeah, it's one.
For real.
It's a unit.
It's interesting. So, in Tai Chi, we've been focusing on connecting with our breath in our movements. I never focused on that shit before. I tried to do yoga, and actually that's what you're supposed to do. A lot, in yoga too, and a lot of those type of practices. I know it's my phone vibrating over there. A lot of those type of they're meditative practices, I guess I could say. But I don't know why I never it was something I never really came across in trying to learn it at first, But I'm pretty sure I said it here. I went through that whole breathing thing, and so I've been freaking dealing with that, So I'm trying to focus on breathing. It's almost a workout to breathe. I feel like I'm actually naturally just breathing and I don't notice it, on a really, really subtle level. But when I'm connecting with my breath, I'm sweating and shit, bro. I'm man, this shit's intense.
It's awesome, bro. Well, it's interesting that breathing is just autonomous. That you just do it. But once you put mindfulness to it and you start controlling it, and doing, what you want with your breath, it's interesting, that you can do both, and that you can control it. And honestly, like, yeah, a lot of times when I would do a lot of the breath stuff, like you kind of feel high, like like
for real.
Your lungs
It's
feel more
beautiful.
open, and you just feel it, and it's interesting.
It's because you're so relaxed, bro. Like, and you're like just so in the moment. I feel, just that presence. That presence is a high, And I've been really like I feel like the breath really brings you here,
Grounds you. It does.
So I've been really trying to focus on my breath a lot lately. Just trying to get that right, get my breathing right. I have this thing. I'm like, man. So there's this guy. His name's Master Shi Hangi, and he he said, like tension. It's in the body and the mind. It's in us. You know what I'm saying? It can be in us. It could be just like a thought. So like, it made me think. At least like based off that, I was thinking about my breathing. The fact that I had that thought. Maybe I don't have to breathe. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, maybe that thought is the tension that's making it hard for me to breathe. You know what I'm saying? So like, cause like when I practice my breathing, I could feel it. That's when I get anxious and stuff. Anytime that happens, I just breathe. Cause it's like,
yeah,
it's just tensions. And I've been realizing there's a lot of tension in my body. My shoulders everywhere. I'm like, gosh. My teacher keeps telling me, it's like, what the fuck? Relax.
You should get a professional massage, bro.
I did one.
Yeah, recently?
No, it was like 3 months ago.
Okay.
But it was my first massage ever. It was really great, honestly. It was a great experience. But yeah, I might do it again. I'm definitely down to do it again. The first time was great.
Bro, we should all get a room up at Black Hawk, and that's where I went, dude. Oh my god.
Do they do happy endings?
I wasn't in the market for it.
I know you.
Me and my mother went together, so it'd be kind of weird.
And you got a lady. You got a lady too.
Yeah, I'm booked up. But yeah, man. No.
I didn't get no happy ending either at mine. My first one.
Nah, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I almost think they would have.
Did you have a female?
I did.
I had a male.
Oh, never mind.
So it might have been a little interesting. But yeah. So amazing though. Body massages, man. Especially because, they're not in your body, so they don't know how hard they're pushing. So they can, you can let them really work you, man. And oh my God, dude. I felt just relieved, dude.
No, yeah. Oh. That's how I felt too.
Alleviated.
I needed her to be like in my back and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
She was in there too. I was like, damn, she knows what she's doing.
Oh yeah.
I was like, dang, I wish we could have had 30 more minutes. But Ulissa had some freaking appointment we had to get to.
How long did you get?
It's 30 minutes.
Okay.
I was like, 30 more minutes would be fucking splendid. But no, it was amazing. I'm definitely planning on trying to do that again, So, freaking massages.
Yeah, man. Enlightening. Just them. Jeez. The things you think then, too. Thoughts. The things you could ponder. Oh, yeah. Good stuff.
I was just trying to relax. Because all that tension. I'm telling you, I got this tension. It's like in the center of my being. It's fucking crazy. Crazy amount of tension. So I've been working through it.
Got the slow.
I do. For a while, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But actually, I'm starting to learn this is actually really normal. A lot of it is just anxiety and trauma, That's really what it is. You know, it's just a lot, like, just from, you know, growing up and shit.
You know, something I really realized too, you know, psychedelics has really helped me, you know, work through a lot of trauma, you know, just by pondering things, you know, and thinking them through and looking at all the things I know to understand what, you know, like, what does this mean to me? You know, like I've talked about before, and it's truly, you know, helped me really get over some stuff because, yeah, man, that stuff happens, you know, and it leaves a mark on you, you know, in certain ways, you know, and it just is what it is. So it's good to think them through, you know, and deal with them, you know, not being so neutral on those sort of things, you know, because putting the stuff like that to the side, just, you know, it's something it just festers, you know, and when you deal with it, obviously, all the stuff I say is a lot easier said than done, you know, obviously. But, you know, yeah, once you deal with them and truly understand what they are, you know, you feel so alleviated of, you know, feelings and emotions that you hold for things that that aren't really conscious of a lot of the time, you know. But, yeah.
Exactly. You know, like a lot of it is just stuff you don't pay attention to. You know, you just hide it, and because it's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing I've been learning too. You just gotta face it. You gotta deal with it. You know, because if you don't, it's just gonna be there forever. Mm-hmm. And it's just gonna be something that's just there. You know, in the back of your mind, lingering.
Yeah.
In your spirit, you know. So.
And, you know, I feel like, you know, the grudges we hold, they torment us more than anything, you know, because, I mean, not everybody knows what's going on in your mind and knows specifically what they did to wrong you, you know, because not everything's personal, you know. So it's, yeah, man.
You know, I really like how my teacher said a week ago, he was like, we got to learn to not care, you know, anymore as much as we grow older. And when he was talking about removing the stress from your life, you know, you just got to learn to not care about things so much, you know, like, and it's right. He's right, you know, because if you don't care about how this dude that just cut you off, you're like, all right, it's whatever, bro. Like, fuck it. Then it's whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, fuck it.
Yeah.
Like, and honestly, it makes it that much easier on you. You know, and stress is like the biggest killer of life. You know what I'm saying? Just our stress is just stressing over life. He was talking about that and how people die from stress and stuff. And it's a real thing. You know, some people die from their misery. You know, because they just been stressing their whole lives. And didn't really get a chance to, I guess, for themselves see themselves get it right, you know, and that stress just pent up, you know. They're angry at a lot of things, and just multiplies, and tears them apart.
Yeah, yeah, man, just gotta let go, you know. Yeah, not care so much and be so invested, because. Yeah, man, the 4 agreements really helped me with it, you know, just like taking things so personal, you know.
Exactly. Things don't matter that much.
Yeah, you know, they don't. You know, certain things do matter, of course.
Yeah.
You know, there's always some that truly matters, but, you know, not everything, you know, not such trivial things, you know, not, yeah, man.
Like, are you really a bitch? He caught you a bitch.
Right? Like, I mean,
like,
yeah, it's aggravating,
dude?
It's annoying. Yeah, this dude's disrespecting you, but.
As long as they ain't putting their hands on you, you know, then that's like, they can say anything they want, really.
Yeah, it's your opinion, you know? Bro. Like, you can believe that. That's cool. You know, just don't touch me, bro.
Just don't touch me.
Yeah, bro. You know, it's real. You know, like, fuck what you believe. Like, that's cool, bro. It's your opinion. You can have that opinion. You know, if you don't like me, that's your right. You know, just, yeah, you know, leave me alone. But, you know, I mean, even then though, like, it's. Even in the professional world, you know, there's people you don't like, people you don't agree with, you know, but you still have to interact with them. that's just what it is. You know, you gotta be able to put that aside. Yeah, and be indifferent, be neutral, because you got to be a professional. That's the way I view it. You know, it's about being professional and being a professional. And I myself consider myself a professional, and I try to be as much as I can. You know, obviously I'm still learning, but you know, it's good. You know, it helps you in the long run, especially with business. You know, and things you want to do and achieve. You know, you got to build relationships and understand people. You can't just be forcing everybody to want to like you, regardless of, you know, who you are. Which, I mean, you got to be who you are regardless, but you know, you got to still come with respect. You know, being courtier. But that's just my opinion.
No, that's some real shit, bro. Like, that's how I see it. You know, like, so I have a general basis of respect for everybody. Mm-hmm. You know, I approach everybody, you know, respectfully. I'm not trying to attack nobody, you know, put nobody down, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, I look at the young CEO like I look at the old lady who's retired. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's just the same respect.
Yeah, man.
You know, and my dad always told me, as long you always respect somebody until they don't respect you back. Mm. You know, then you don't need to respect them anymore.
That's real, man. It's, yeah. Respect's important. And like I was talking about too, it's good to talk, you know, and explain to some people, you know, where your boundaries are. Because, I mean, yeah, you know, some people just don't know because they're raised differently, or, you know, they don't have the same idea of respect as you do, which, you know, happens.
That's something I've been learning, man. You know, instead of just blowing up on people because they don't, well, they're just accidentally inconsiderate because they don't know what the fuck they're doing, you know, like real talk. Mm-hmm. You know, they don't know who you are. They're some random person, and they're saying some things or whatever. But if you let them know how you are, you know, and not to come at you or to be a certain type of way that, you know, and some people are actually pretty cool with that, you know, because that's how I've approached actually a few situations instead of just flaring up on somebody.
It's all about expectations, you know, like the same thing with, like, you know, it has to do with like caring and stuff, you know, like it's not, in my opinion, it's not having low expectations. I prefer to look at it as expecting everything, you know. If you expect it all, you know, expect to be cussed out, expect to be called a bitch, expect, you know, someone to come at you sideways, you're not going to be surprised when it does. Because, I mean, it happens. You know, I mean, obviously, you know, I've been through it, so, I mean, obviously that helps, you know, but, like, you know, when you expect it, you know, I mean, obviously, it's just interesting to think like that, you know, like in that sort of way, like to always expect it, but, you know, it's just being mindful of it, you know, that it could happen, that this has happened, and it, you know, everybody's different. Somebody's, you know, can see you just approaching them and flip on you because they're in a mood, you know, it's what it is, you know, and when you're like that and open to reality, because it's always going to change and shift, you know, then you're a lot less likely to, you know, go off the handle or, you know, be super surprised and anger and sad or, you know, whatever emotion you have, because, you know, life happens, you know, it's going to happen. And a lot of the same things happen again and again, you know, and like we're talking about, there's a multitude of options, but in reality, there's only so many, you know, that are going to happen based off of what is your reality right now. You know, there's still a finite amount of options based in the infinity, in a way, you know, but even then it's infinite amount of options based in categories of other options. And
I think it works in like some types of periods, you know, where it opens up to a certain amount of things or a newness of things, you know, in a period, and then it like develops that. And then and you know what I'm saying? Opens up to more.
Like progression?
Yeah, in a progressive style. Instead of just like endless, expansive. It's still endless in its expansion and progression. Mm-hmm. But it's not like just peering through nothing.
Yeah, every choice you make, You know, that's in like the Witcher games. It's really like that. Like, you know, because you get to choose dialogue options and stuff, and like every choice you make, you know, changes like the end. You know, the outcome, or you know, certain interactions that people have with you, because that's real. You know, like every interaction you have, every choice you make, it's not like life or death in every scenario, but you know, you're truly making decisions that are impactful. You know, and make certain things solidified. You know, who you are and who you present. You know, it's your character. You know, people, you know, identify who you are off what you do. And so, I mean, yeah, man, it's good to truly be mindful of that, you know, of what you do and why you're doing it, because it has impacts. You know, people see it, people know.
Exactly. Mindfulness is a huge thing.
Definitely. Have to be. You want to take a shot?
Let's do that.
To infinity and beyond.
Beyond. I think I was telling you about how I've been trying to think more progressively.
What do you mean exactly by that? Progressively, like
Progressive.
forwardly.
Yeah, like
improving.
Yeah. So like, in a way, how I was explaining how I think the universe expands.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's how I've been progressing myself. Is like, I have a certain amount of thoughts in a certain time. You know what I'm saying? And I'll familiarize myself, get super comfortable with this, you know, this area of my thoughts, and then I open up to a little more and let that in. But also, I'll be in a certain thought ring, I guess I could say, for a little while. And then when I feel like that's really complete, I'll move on. You know what I'm saying? I get stuck, you know, in any type of thought ring. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about certain things. So, like, even when I have a negative thought, you know what I'm saying? Or what you consider negative something. Yeah, so I'll have days where I'm just not talkative. I'm just like, yeah, I'm on my mind. You know, I'm dealing with some shit, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with it, you know? That's how I do it. You know, I think through it, you know, and it works. Sometimes it takes a couple days, but it works. You know what I'm saying? But
Excuse me. You know, I was thinking about it last night. I like to think of myself as like, excuse me, like an optimistic realist, you know? Because I don't really think of, you know, it in terms of like thinking negatively. I think of it as being real, you know. Not everything is going to happen, but it's just reality happens, you know.
Bro, that's one thing I actually been that's a word it escaped me earlier, but it's being realistic. This shit's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're sitting there being positive all the time, like everything's just gonna be dandelions and, you know, rainbows. Yeah, it's not the case, bro. There's gonna be storms. You know,
sunshines and storms. You know,
how do you think the rainbow got there? Like,
yeah, man, shit, it's good.
Yeah, and you're saying optimist, realist?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, because I mean, you know, I hope I'm real. You know, real like thinking. You know, that I think about it. You know, and I think that this could happen. You know, that could happen. You know, and to some, you know, thinking these realities might be dark, you know, some of the things I think, you know, but and I'm talking about like being open to all the options, you know, you have to think about certain things, and, you know, it's being open to that and thinking that, or knowing, you know, being mindful of the options that are out there, even the negative ones, you know, then what, it happens, and is it negative? Yeah, it's bad, but, you know, it's reality, you know, it's the way it turned out. It's the way that things happen to go. And, you know, to me, it's just being open to what's, you know, what's optional in reality. But, you know, being an optimist, you know, I still hope for the better. You know, I hope that that's not the, you know, the option that rolls out. You know, I want to hit the lottery and be a fucking millionaire. That'd be sick.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But, you know, it's good to think of it and have it on the plate, you know, as an, you know, possible option, or on the table. You know, maybe not the plate, you know, but, you know, it's good to think about it.
I mean, that's what your focus is. You want it to be that. You know, you want it to be the positive. But
yeah.
in reality, it could be both, or it could be either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not up to you exactly. You know,
it's not. I mean, it's based off the choices you make, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, but even then, you know, not every choice is yours to make. You know, things happen. You know,
things happen.
People make choices themselves. You know, and yeah, the power to choose is powerful. You know, and the choices are endless, but, you know, somewhat finite. But, you know, you can do whatever you want. Hopefully it's for the better.
Yeah. Do whatever you want, just don't hurt anyone.
Yeah, don't hurt anybody.
Or yourself.
Or yourself. Love yourself.
Exactly.
You're beautiful. Take that to the bank.
Everyone.
Yeah, man, you know. I was doing a lot of thinking today, and, like, you know, I love relationships with people, you know, because I feel each one is unique, you know, as they should be. You know, getting to know people is different, and your relationship with people should be different and unique to each one, you know, because everybody's different. But I feel in a lot of ways we're all the same. You know, we all go through the same shit. We do, you know, but it may be different. Like we talked about before, you know, there may be variations on the things you go through, but in a lot of ways, the things you feel are similar, you know. And we're all human, man. You know, we all go through this shit. Life's not always sunshines and rainbows.
Yeah.
You know, and it's good to talk with other people and share thoughts and, you know, bounce ideas off them because, you know, yeah, we're a lot different. We're all unique, but in a lot of ways, you know, we go through the same things, and, you know, it's good to share that.
Exactly. We all stress. We
Yeah.
all have pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all feel these different things, you know. However differently in our own way we want to see that as, it's still the same thing we're experiencing, essentially, you know. It's pain, you know, or maybe you're even experiencing love, you know. Don't have to always be so dark.
Yeah, not always.
I know we've been kind of talking about the dark side today. Come to the dark side.
We have cookies.
We do. They got weed in them.
But yeah, man, it could be great, could be bad.
Exactly. You know, I just see it when you're open to, like how you're saying, all of it. You're not devastated if either happens. You know how to deal with the negatives too. Even if you don't know how to deal with exactly the situation you're at hand, you might have a better mindset and capability to deal with it at that moment because you're not so devastated. You know what I'm saying? And overwhelmed by the situation. You know, because you're like, man, well, fuck, it's kind of a part of life. Shit happens, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then you kind of like ease. You're eased. And it's easier to work from that state instead of being all fucking anxious and agitated and frustrated. You can't think or see clearly. You know? So.
Yeah, man, you get blinded, you know, by your own bias, by your anger, by your sadness.
Emotion.
Yeah. It's good to just give everything a neutral eye, a subjective eye.
Yeah.
What a world, man.
Life's a trip, bro.
Very much so. Very much so.
The great axiom. The great axiom.
It's going to be on our tombstones, bro.
Life's a trip. Straight up. It's got to be now.
Yeah,
it's been said.
You heard it. If it ain't on the tombstone, you guys fucked up. We're going to haunt you.
Yeah, we're going to come back in your dreams and be like,
yeah.
You're gonna be hearing us. You're gonna be hearing about how we were telling you to put it on our tombstone. You'd be like, man, why do I keep dreaming about them? Telling me only put it on their tombstone. Huh? We didn't do that. Fuck. We didn't. I didn't. I thought y'all was just joking. Sometimes y'all just be joking. I'm sorry.
Don't find out. Also, like, share, subscribe, or we're going to haunt you as well.
We're going to haunt you as well.
But I think we should wrap it up here. It's been great, brother.
Hell yeah. This is a good one.
Thank y'all for watching.
Appreciate
like, share,
y'all.
subscribe.
Thanks for tuning in.
Tell your homies.
Check all the episodes out.
Yeah.
Peep the deep.
Let us know if you want to come see our show on March 26th. All that good stuff. Want to get on here, too?
Opening up for Rakim. You're going to catch the sector on the scene. Peace.